Since we're talking basketball now, what's going on with niggas in their hair and wearing Celtics jerseys and rubbing black substances off on people and
Look here, man. I knew this. Whatever, and I said this. I said I was not. I expect nothing from Boston this year. No Tatum. What's going on, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Two Peas in a Pod with Tim and Ryan. As always, I'm Tim. That's my dog, my player partner, my brother, my Sooner, I don't even know. I don't even know what to call it. Son of Sooners. You know what I'm saying? But
Sooner
my dog.
brethren.
There you go. There you go. My Sooner brother, Ryan, aka Frank Dank. How you doing this lovely evening, brother?
Oh, good about yourself, man.
I'm good. I'm good, man. You know, it's Hump Day. Happy Hump Day.
Yeah, yeah. Get to that weekend. Beat Mizzou.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Big pivotal matchup for us this weekend. But shit, since you mentioned it, man, let's go ahead and jump off into it. We gonna kick things off. We got to discuss our beloved Sooners because it's been a really good past couple weekends to be a Sooner fan, man. We had a big win this past weekend against big bad Bama.
Mm-hmm.
in Bryant Denny Stadium. It was
Nick
beautiful
Saban
to see.
Field.
Yes, sir. Oklahoma gets it done versus Alabama, 23-21. Ryan, what did you make of this? What did you make of the big win this past weekend?
Uh, Defense is elite. It's the best defense in the SEC, and defense wins championships. So it's gonna leave that there. But right now we got Mizzou this week. If their quarterback is able to come back, it's gonna be interesting. But if not, I feel like the defense is gonna do their job. Offensively, John Mateer has not been the same quarterback since injuring his thumb. I think he has like what 8 passing touchdowns, 7 interceptions on the season.
Yeah,
That's just not gonna get it done if you're trying to go play for a championship. So
right.
um we got to score. Hopefully this is the game that the offense gets back on track and gets to the direction that we need to be in, trying to secure a playoff spot.
Well, for Oklahoma right now, I don't think we need to think about anything. We don't need to think about college football playoff, none of that shit. We got to get through. You know, Mizzou is a ranked team, so they are a ranked team now. So I think if we do, we beat Mizzou, which I wholeheartedly believe that we can. I think this does put us, it helps. Hopefully, helps us move up in the rankings.
Hmm.
Mizzou is. If we being honest, Mizzou has really fed off of the run game this year. If Mizzou gets the run game going, then that's when they play their best because it's open things up in the pass game.
Right.
Oklahoma has one of the best run defenses in the NC, not only in the SEC but in the NCAA. So as long as they can do what they can to stop in the run game, I feel that with the defense will be able to do whatever they want in the backfield. For the offense, I think this is a good game for at least John Mateer to maybe get back on track. I'm not saying that he will, but Mizzou doesn't really have the strongest defense. So, as compared to the past two teams that they played in Alabama and Tennessee. So, I think this game will be it'll be somewhat of a measuring stick. Now, granted, home we kind of have the advantage because we are at home, so we will have the home crowd on our side. But it's going to be interesting. It's a very, very pivotal matchup. But
No,
Oklahoma, go my bad. Go ahead.
no, make your point. Make your point. I'm sorry, sir.
Oh no, you good. Oklahoma as a whole, like
Mm.
you just have to win these next 2 weeks. Don't you? Even if it ain't pretty, even if it ain't, even if it looks like what it's looked like the past couple weeks. I love what Arbuckle and Brent Venable, mainly Arbuckle. I mean, he's seen that in the past couple weeks. He's seen that certain things aren't working, so it's like fuck it. We're gonna do what works. it may not be pretty, it may not be, it may not be a sexy way to win, but a win's a win. Regardless of how many points we put up, regardless of how many yards we get, we still got it done. Like in that Tennessee game, I think in the second half he saw the passes downfield were not working. Those short, those quick slants and those RPOs, short comeback routes, that shit was working. It was it was moving the ball downfield. It was getting first down. So he just, he stuck to what worked.
Right.
So yeah, man. If you Oklahoma, you just gotta win these next two games, but don't overlook Mizzou this weekend.
Since the Ole Miss game, it's been went out. So these have been playoff games for us.
Yeah.
So this is nothing new. I want us to have that same hunger we had playing Tennessee, playing Alabama. Then you got LSU after Mizzou. You got two Tiger Bowls coming up, and you know what I'm saying? We handle business. And with Mizzou and then LSU, we secure a playoff spot. And hopefully offense starts clicking at the right time
Yeah.
to help the defense. And you never know what can happen.
Yep. Jumping off into some other games, man, we got some very, very pivotal matchups this weekend. Some very big games this weekend. Let's jump up into the Big Ten. We got number 16 USC versus number 6 Oregon. Obviously, Oregon is in the driver's seat to make the college football playoff if they can continue to win. What this game mean? I think if USC does win this game, it puts them in, it gives them an opportunity to possibly move up to get, to be in position to possibly get a college football playoff spot.
Same exact position as us.
Yeah,
winning it in,
Yeah, pretty much. But Ron, how do you see this game playing out?
This is by far the most important game of Lincoln Riley's career, by far being the head coach. However, I just feel like on both sides of the ball, Oregon is more talented. That's not to take away from USC because USC, they shown some signs of a good defense. You know what you're going to get offensively.
Yeah.
If you got a quarterback that can sling that ball, is a good decision maker, understands that system. That's always the knock with Lincoln Riley has been his defense. And so if the defense can get a pass rush on Dante, I do see it being a tad bit different. But however, I see it being a close game, but I think Oregon's gonna pull away at the end.
I agree. I definitely think Oregon is the more talented team, but we have seen Oregon, stumble a couple times this season. Oregon is not, the dominant team and the team that everybody thought was just going to, run away with it outside Ohio State in the Big Ten.
Right.
Granted, they do have a more difficult schedule than some teams that are in the Big Ten currently, but they're not the team that they were last year. So, and USC's offense has been rolling lately. So, as long as the offense can keep rolling and the defense can at least hold Oregon's offense at bay, then USC will have a chance. But ultimately, I do think that Oregon will. I think we're going to get this one done. But let's talk about that very last college football playoff spot. So as of right now, with the way it's looking, the teams that possibly have an opportunity. 1 second, I gotta go back to the stand. This is little messed up here. But okay. So the teams on the outside looking in, you have Utah, you have Miami, you have Georgia Tech, USC, and Texas. Those are the teams that could possibly snag that last college football playoff spot. If you look at the schedules and you look at how, the top 25 rankings are shaking out currently, what team out of those teams, Utah, Miami, Georgia Tech, USC, and Texas, what team or teams do you think have the best chance of snagging that last college football playoff spot?
Georgia. Name them again? I'm sorry.
On the outside looking in, you have Utah, Miami, Georgia Tech, USC, and Texas. Vanderbilt is currently sitting at the 12th spot. Now, remember, you could be sitting at the number 12 spot, but there's no guarantee that you are still going to get into the college football playoff.
Right. Miami's ranked like 15th, right?
14. Yes, sir. They are ranked
14.
above Georgia Tech, which is
So,
kind of crazy that Georgia Tech is they're number one in the ACC, but they're ranked behind Miami in the top 25 playoff.
who they play?
Yeah, that's true too.
Who do they play? I mean, that Notre Dame win is really what's carrying Miami right now. That
Yeah.
Notre Dame win.
Well,
But Florida ain't shit. Florida State ain't shit. So,
what Georgia Tech did, they beat Clemson. Clemson was ranked number 12.
bro, they 5-5, man.
I know.
I need Brittany. Oh, sorry. Anyway, it's really set up for Miami to get in. They would need a couple teams ahead of them, like a Vanderbilt to lose. Who's 11?
Number 11 currently is BYU.
That I mean, with how unpredictable the Big 12 is, that you really can't bet on. As soon as a Big 12 school gets in the top 12, you kind of got to hold your breath
Yeah,
because you don't know what's going to happen. Like we saw that with BYU and Texas Tech, because BYU was like literally beating the shit out of people.
yeah.
And then they got to Texas Tech, and now all of a sudden now it's Texas Tech. This is their best season since that Michael Crabtree catch
Yeah, yeah,
against
yeah.
Texas. Look how long ago that's been. I don't think either one of us had facial hair then.
I was, I think I was, dang, I think I was still in middle school.
Yeah, I think I was like in sixth, seventh grade,
Yeah,
somewhere like that, around the lines of that. I mean, that's when like the Big 12 was the best conference in football. But to not get off track, I feel like out of those teams you mentioned, I want to go with Miami as being the team that could get in. It could very well be Vanderbilt or one of the other teams listed, but if Miami wins out and with some help, from teams losing, not named Oklahoma, that they should be all right.
right. I do think Miami has the best chance to get in, but I'm not. You gonna need some help because you
Yeah,
kind of got you kind of got to hope that Georgia Tech does you kind of hope Georgia Tech does lose against Georgia whenever they play
right.
Georgia because Georgia
That's
Tech.
that's next week.
Yeah, because and not to mention with Georgia Tech and Pittsburgh playing this weekend, you need Georgia Tech to beat Pittsburgh to move up in the ACC. Virginia is still now. Granted, Virginia is still in front of you, so you get a little bit of a hell. You say a prayer and a Hail Mary, and hopefully that that Virginia loses and Georgia Tech drops the last two. But you do need a lot of help if you're Miami. As
Hmm.
but as far as USC, I think if USC can pull off this win against Oregon, especially with Oregon being the ranked number 6, they might possibly leapfrog Miami. And then
This is
with
true.
and then with Texas, so Texas has Arkansas next, and they have Texas A&M. We both know what the NCAA thinks of Texas. And personally, I feel like this is just like I said. This is just me. I feel like if Texas finds a way to beat Texas A&M because Texas A&M is undefeated and Texas A&M is number 3, I personally feel like the College Football Playoff Committee and the NCAA they're going to find a way to put Texas in the 12-team college football playoff. I think I know I know how both of us feel about Texas, but I strongly feel like that because the NCAA is so high on Texas. I feel like if Texas does manage to beat Texas A&M, I don't think there's any way they keep them out of the 12-team college football playoff.
I'm hearing that, but the going to overtime with Kentucky and
Yeah,
Mississippi State, that looks really bad.
it does. It does.
And
It looks extremely bad.
and almost has you like, well, the John Mateer been healthy, would they have gotten in?
Yeah,
Would they have beaten us?
yeah.
But we're not making no excuses there. Right now I don't see it.
I don't either.
If A&M loses to Texas, they'll still be in the SEC championship game. But damn, if they lose against, probably Georgia, that's gonna be bad too.
Yeah.
That's gonna be bad too. Texas A&M might be out. in that scenario. However, I do see a scenario where Texas A&M just handles business for once, and
Yeah,
you know, because I honestly I feel like the best quarterback in the SEC is Marcel
yeah,
at A&M. Like he just damn near threw for 500 yards, albeit against South Carolina, but shit, you was down 30 to
30
nothing.
nothing to 30-3.
Right, 33, and it came back. So
Yeah,
that's impressive. Now, some people will look at that like this is the team, and that you guys are saying is a top five team. They barely just beat South Carolina. And on the flip side of that, you shut them out the whole entire second
second half.
half,
Yeah,
and then you came back and won by a point, which is very impressive because in football, that is extremely hard to do with these SEC referees.
yeah.
But so. With that being said, we'll just have to see. That's why we watch the sport. That's why we love the sport so much
Yes, sir.
because you never know what's gonna happen from year
As
to
far
year.
as far as Utah, I think Utah's kind of lucked out because they lost to BYU and Texas Tech. And Texas Tech has beat BYU, so more than likely, I think it's going to be Texas Tech and BYU in the Big 12 championship. And pretty much, I think if Texas Tech can, as long I think maybe I don't know because I think they are so high up in the Big 12 they are so high up in the college football playoff rankings that if they were to possibly lose to be as long as they win their next couple games, if they were to lose to BYU, I still think that they can possibly make the college football. I still think that they won't drop too far in the college football playoff rankings. And because they stayed undefeated for the whole year and they lost in the Big 12 title game at, a top, at the top six, I still think that they will find a way to still finagle into the college football playoff.
So it's kind of gonna be like the SMU situation last year. You
Pretty
thinking?
much. That's what I'm
Mm,
thinking. And
yeah,
it's
yeah, I can see
it,
that.
I mean, it's unfortunate, but I'm not even gonna say unfortunate, but that's just the way shit is.
Especially in this wonderful sport of ours.
Right. Moving on to the Heisman. As of right now, these top five guys are the Heisman favorites. Fernando Mendoza out of Indiana, Julian Sayin out of Ohio State, Ty Simpson out of Alabama, Marcel Reed out of A&M, and I don't know how, but Gunnar Stockton out of Georgia.
Bro, if they beat Michigan, they can beat Michigan and lose the Big Ten title game. They still give it to him. But the best scenario is if Ohio State wins out, regular season and it gets the championship, without question, you got to give it to Saying. But on the flip side of that, if Indiana, because we already know what the Big Ten title game is going to be, it's going to be Indiana and Ohio State. So if Indiana wins that game, that's his Heisman. That's
Yeah,
how I look at it.
I agree.
I don't know how the hell Gunner. Well, honestly, when Stetson Bennett was a Heisman favorite, he had 27 touchdown passes just like our homeboy right now.
Yeah.
He got 27 touchdown passes, so that's not unforeseeable. It's not out of question. Who the fuck this called me? Anyway,
You good.
I'm listening to you, brother.
So out of the, I think if you look at stats, I think Julian Sayin is probably the favorite right now. I mean, it's kind of back and forth between him and Fernando Mendoza. My
Right.
biggest issue with those two is they ain't doing it against nobody.
I mean,
I mean, I don't give me. I get it. I get it. I get it. Stats are the stats jump out at people, but they ain't doing. They're not doing it against top tier talent.
outside of Oregon for Indiana, and I guess you want to say Texas
Yeah,
for Ohio State, yeah.
but
I
Julian
can't
Sayin didn't
really.
even have a good game against Texas.
Neither did Arch in that
Yeah,
game either.
I know, but Arch, we fuck Arch. He ain't even.
But
He's not in
but
this
that was the first game of the season.
Right, right.
That probably was the toughest defense that they have played against all season,
That's
prior
true.
to
That's
maybe
true.
that Michigan game. So and then Oregon's defense is no slouches either.
No, no.
So I mean, and then we didn't. No one saw Penn. I mean, I saw Penn State losing the games that that they should lose, but sometimes you got to win those games.
That's
That's
true.
what makes you a great team. You win the games you're supposed to lose.
Yeah.
And Penn State finally said what I said they should have did about 3, 4 years ago as far as James Franklin.
Yeah.
But now who's gonna be the coach? And Buddy picked up another job for the end of the damn year.
And
Like,
they ain't gonna be shit either. They're gonna be the same as Penn State. They're gonna be a team that's in maybe top 5, top 5, top 10 every year. Won't get no fucking word with it.
but the beautiful thing though, now there's some cats in Virginia that do get out of Virginia and go to other schools like Alabama, Georgia, stuff like that, and. But the ones that stay home are usually going to Virginia Tech.
That's true.
So, and he's always been a hell of a recruiter. We finna find
Yeah,
out though. Was it the Penn State name or was it you?
you're right.
So
That's gonna be the biggest question going into
yeah,
next season.
yeah. But going back, yeah, this is pretty much the Big Ten Heisman this year. I feel like.
Well, so here's my thing. Honestly, I think Marcel Reed should be in. I think he should get talked about a little more because he's had some big games against. I know that game against Notre Dame, bro. He shined.
Yeah.
That game against Notre Dame. I think that really, and I had said all year that I think Marcel Reed was going to be a player to look out for.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that obviously the favorites are Mendoza and Sand, and I firmly believe that whoever wins that game between Ohio State and Indiana, because that's who's going to be in the Big Ten championship, is pretty much who's going to win the Heisman.
Yeah.
And I mean, if let's be honest, bro, nobody really watches or gives a shit about Indiana football. I mean, maybe you do now because Indiana is winning, but it'll be a hell of a if you are Fernando Mendoza, you can go back and you win the Heisman. Really, he can go back anytime you want to, but you win the Heisman, bro. You are officially an Indiana legend.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't seen. Last time we seen Indiana win 10 games was when Michael Penix was at quarterback. So, um, and they have a hell of a head coach.
Yes, they do.
They
Yes, they
have a
do.
hell of a head coach. We talk about how Brent makes people make you want to run through a wall. Indiana's head coach might make you want to get in the car and try to go through that wall. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Indiana's head coach makes you want to stand there and get hit by. Makes you think you can stand there and get hit by a fucking car
yeah,
properly.
take it on. We'll still be good. Coach, did I do good? Yeah, you did, son. Carting your ass off, scooping you up.
Now I will say, I think if A&M, I think if they went out, especially, and then the Marcel Reed goes out there and balls the fuck out against Texas, and then he, has a good game in the SEC championship. If they make the SEC championship, I think he just might get it.
They'd have to win out.
Yeah,
They have to beat Texas, win the title, and then now you got an argument because okay, his strength of schedule was tougher
yeah,
than
way tougher.
any Big Ten quarterback listed. So
Right.
what do you do then? Now you go in the stats and all that shit. But it's been a weird year. Do we even have one 3,000-yard passer?
Not yet. Not yet. It has been a weird year. It's been a very there's been no for one, there's been no clear-cut favorite to win the Heisman. As
Right.
of I can't say there's no clear-cut favorite to make it to win national championship because as regardless of competition, Ohio State just looks like they are steamed. They
Yeah.
full speed ahead, full speed ahead, full head of steam, straight to the national championship.
Bro, and this motherfucker is completing 80% of his passing?
Yeah.
What?
And it was a huge question mark. It was a huge question mark about him coming into the year. Now we see why Aaron Nolan went ahead and transferred up out of there.
Shit, man, nigga. Damn, he was at Alabama. He couldn't beat out Milroe. And I'm thinking, well, it's because he wasn't athletic.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, because it couldn't have been
That's why
because of
Simpson.
passing.
That's why Simpson couldn't beat him out.
Couldn't have been because of passing. 'Cause, I mean, he'll throw a 50-yard bomb and then, throw it 5 yards behind on a 10-yard out. You know what I'm saying?
Throw a
Like,
pick six and then throw a pick six to Oklahoma.
that seems to be a trendy thing to do if you're an Alabama quarterback lately.
Yeah, last 2 years. But you know what? As an Alabama fan, it's good to see because that's why I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, but man, look, if we can beat LSU, oh my god, that make me so happy. Make me so fucking happy.
That'll make you happy. I ain't forgot about Joe Burrow and Orgeron and Jefferson and what's homie that's like spitting on people on the
Jamar
Bengals
Chase and
and
Devin
Chase
White and all them, yeah.
and Randy Moss's son and all them
Clyde
guys.
Edwards-Helaire, all them,
Yeah.
yeah. Trauma.
Fuck peaches, nigga.
I tell you right, he has not ate or looked at a peach since that game.
It's just not the same.
It don't taste right. It don't taste right.
Tastes like Louisiana.
Tastes like disappointment. We're gonna move on for it to be some tear shed around this bitch.
Bro, just one game at a time, bro. Just one game at a time, man.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna transition over to the NFL. And before we talk about anything else, let's go ahead and address the elephant in the room, what everybody else has been talking about. Shedeur Sanders had his first NFL snaps this past Sunday in a loss to the Baltimore Ravens. Came in the third quarter after Dylan Gabriel went out with a concussion. 4 of 16, 47 yards, 1 INT, and took 2 sacks. Ryan, what did you make of Shedeur's performance, and what do you think happens from this point forward? It's also been announced that Shedeur Sanders will be the starter next week. Will be the starter this upcoming weekend against the Raiders.
That's kind of funny. He's gonna go against the team he wanted to go to, and then looking at Geno with the Raiders, I don't think he could have did anything much better.
Right.
But that's a good game to start, to have your first start against a bad defense like the Raiders. But I mean, he had to come in. Honestly, looked like he kind of wasn't prepared. It kind of looks like the offensive line also wasn't really, prepared to block for him. But Dylan Gabriel has a history of getting concussions. Just want to throw that out there. But it just was. It's not your ideal, throw you in the fire type of situation. But that's how the NFL is. That's how life is. You're gonna feel like you're unprepared for certain shit, but well, I got to do it. This is my job.
Right.
So yeah. So he'll be better. I just hope he has proper time. The timing of this, how the organization is handling this, is not really ideal. Just I pray that he can survive the Cleveland experience to get to somewhere else. I hope he builds enough cachet on his name to where he can go play somewhere else in the NFL.
So obviously Shedeur didn't look good, and this is what I didn't want, was for him to come in, look bad, and then you have everybody, oh, see, I told you he couldn't play. I think, but what's helping, I'm not even gonna say what's helping, but there's been pretty much I'm not gonna say everybody, but Kevin Stefanski and a couple guys have come out and said that Shedeur never got any reps with the first team offense. None, zero, zilch, not preseason, not training camp. At any time throughout the season has Shedeur gotten reps with the ones. Now I get it. You're an NFL QB, you're a backup QB, so yeah, you're supposed to stay ready so you can get ready. How the fuck can you get ready if you're not going to be practicing with the people if you get put in the game that you're going to be fucking playing with on Sunday?
Right. You ain't got the timing with none of your receivers. You don't know where they like the ball at, how they like to catch it. They don't understand your release point, when your high point is to catch the ball, nothing like that. And then that goes back to what I was saying earlier. Like, I don't understand as an organization what the fuck they're doing. Like, who does shit like that? That doesn't make sense, but it's the Brown. I'm sorry. It's Cleveland. I'm sorry.
Now, early on when he first got in the game, he did look, he did look like he was rushing everything. He did look a little rattled. I kind of feel like that's why he threw that pick. But I mean, the defense was on his ass pretty much the whole game. And towards the end of the game, I understood what he was trying to do, like that throw to the end zone. I think he was trying to. I think that was kind of I'm gonna shut everybody up and try to go, win or tie the game up here. But the guy that, and there was another thing, the guy that he threw to, I haven't heard that guy's name once all fucking season. Not during the season and not during preseason. I don't even, and I don't, I watch enough football to where I know who certain guys are. I have no idea who the fuck that was that he threw the ball to in the back of the end zone. I really don't.
So you been
But
having all them second team rushing through a second team motherfucker in there.
yeah. So I mean, now, granted, he's gonna have, with him being a starter, especially if him being a starter this game, and especially if he can, maintain that starting job for the next few weeks or whatever, and try to prove something, he will get a couple games to kind of redeem himself. He has the Raiders this week, the 49ers next week, and he has the Titans the week after that. So he'll get some opportunities to kind of, to really redeem himself, especially in that Titans game, because that's gonna be kind of the, everybody was comparing him and Cam Ward. So if he goes out there and balls against the Titans against Cam Ward, that's
Man, bro,
that is going to be the talk of the town.
they're not. Neither one of them is having a good campaign at it, man. Just
No.
it is what it is, man. But it can change.
In the blink
It,
of an eye. I mean, for the Titans, pretty much for the Browns and for the Titans. I mean, it's over. It's over. As of right now, you just trying to
mm-hmm.
you're just trying to get through the season. That's all.
Really, you trying to tank so you can get some more players.
At
This
this
is
point,
not the time of year to be trying to win fucking games. Watch.
well, I tell well, I'll tell you right now. Brian Callahan Tennessee wasted no time. They obviously saw that this shit with the head coach wasn't working, and I think Cleveland is on the same page with Kevin Stefanski, especially after he pretty much came out and said that Sheduer got no run with the first. Yeah, at the end of the season, but you are gone. Leave your playbook, leave your iPad, leave anything that has to do with the Browns, and go. I would take that. We will
bro,
take that. We will take that access key as you walk out the door.
bro, he ain't been shit since he started that Baker Mayfield hate train. And then you got your guy, Deshaun, and they make the playoffs. And then old Deshaun gets hurt and Flacco comes and saves your fucking season.
Yeah.
So you try to do that shit again and realize it wasn't going to work. So you shipped his ass off within the division. That's an interesting trade because usually division teams, it has to be a third team most of the time they do that. Or if they're doing something, they just swapping picks. But anyway, I don't think it's the head coach's fault, honestly. He just never had a fair shot at quarterback. Ever.
I think it's a combination of things. I don't think that Kevin Stefanski is. I'm not gonna say he's fit to be a head coach, but I don't think his way of coaching is good for this team. Then again, I don't know what coach is good for this fucking team. I really don't. The Cleveland Browns are just a dysfunctional ass team. They're one of them teams that they have all the fucking talent in the world and don't know how to use it. That's what it is. That is what it is.
So I mean, you better off keeping the motherfucker. I mean, you do know what it's like to make the playoffs with him being your coach twice.
Yeah, that's true too.
So I wouldn't get rid of him.
Yeah, that's gonna make for another conversation. But moving on, what in the world is going on with the Kansas City Chiefs? The Chiefs are sitting at 5-5 right now after dropping the last two games to the Broncos and the Bills. Everybody thought that things would change whenever they got Rashee Rice back. Since getting Rashee Rice back, they are 2-2. The schedule will lighten up. They get Indy this week. Then they get Dallas, Houston, the Chargers, the Titans, the Broncos, and the Raiders. It'll lighten up a little bit. But as of right now, with the Chiefs sitting at 5-5, it's looking like they're going to end up missing the playoffs. But as of right now, what in the world is going on with the Kansas City Chiefs?
Well, we got to go back to the draft. What the fuck did they do in the draft? Close to nothing. You didn't get better. I mean, your defense is starting to look old. They're not holding motherfuckers off or playing with that same. Now, then again, the defense did their thing last Sunday. They did their thing last Sunday, but it's like, yo, like the offense can't sustain drives. You're keeping your defense on there on the field too long. They're getting tired, giving up points. it's just looking like a team that needs a spark, and you only get that spark by having more or different dynamic players. And that's what it is. Kansas City is historically known for not really spending a whole bunch of money on players. So now the question is, depending on how the season turns out, you go spend some money, and you go get some, some superstar caliber players in here, or you gonna rebuild it during the draft, or what are you gonna do? You gonna make some trades? Like you got to do something.
So the issue I see with the Chiefs is the offense is just too fucking inconsistent. They have absolutely no run game, especially with Pacheco being out, and this whole speed kill shit. And right, speed, yeah, it kills. It's killing your fucking offense, is what it's doing.
Because you're
You
getting
got
off the field too damn fast.
I mean, you got a bunch. You have a bunch of speed on that offense, but it's not translating to anything. You got Xavier Worthy, you got Rashee Rice, you got Hollywood Brown. I mean, Hollywood is a little older, but it's like there is no true wide receiver one in this offense. I think they are still trying to recreate what the fuck they had with early on,
With
Pat's Cup
Tyreek.
with Tyreek, the offense they had with Tyreek and Travis. Travis is a little bit older. You can't really fucking depend on Travis. Tyreek is not there. Tyreek's not even. I don't mean it. I don't. Tyreek's not playing right now. He's not even in. He's not even on the field. So the same type of play, the same type of offense you were running with Tyreek, y'all need to let that shit go
They
because
needed like a CD Lamb or somebody. They need
Justin
something.
Jefferson, a T
Right.
Higgins, Jamar, you have to put more emphasis on getting guys open by running routes, not just with fucking speed. Learn how to run. Throw in. I'm not saying Pat Mahomes ain't doing it because some of these guys are just dropping passes, but Pat Mahomes throw some guys open. Like Kelsey can't do it by himself, and
Right.
Mahomes can't really do it by himself. But right, this is Kansas City's entering strange territory, man. It is going to be there's going to be some serious conversation that had if Kansas City ends up missing the fucking playoffs.
Yeah, it's gonna be. Is this the end of the dynasty? Is this the end of an era? What's the future for Patrick Mahomes? Is Andy Reid coming back? Is Travis Kelsey coming back? What are they gonna do at running back? Who's the true wide receiver number one for all that bullshit? So it's like,
I just think it. I honestly, it's a time. I think it's time with the changing of the guard for the offense. I really do.
bruh,
Honestly, I think Andy need to go back to fucking calling. I think Andy need to go back to calling plays on offense. That's what I think. Calling plays on the offense and scheming up game plans because Andy's a fucking offensive mastermind.
yeah. I mean, then like you didn't do nothing at the trade deadline, nothing. Like you just rolling with your team. I mean, I guess. I guess because those all niggas that got you to the Super Bowl last three times. So
Yep.
okay,
Moving on to some very interesting topic. Can the Eagles keep it?
man, I
Is
don't
the
know what the
Eagles
fuck going on with that.
is the Eagles' way of winning? Is it sustainable long term? Can they keep winning like this? Last two games, the Eagles beat the Packers 10-7, and then they beat the Lions 16-9. Saquon Barkley has 100-yard rushing performance. The Eagles' offense is ranked 28th overall and a 15th ranked defense. My question to you is: do you think this Eagles' way of winning is sustainable long term?
I mean, if you look at it, like you look at the games, the Eagles was giving quarterbacks hell.
Yeah,
Like it'll be people wide open, and then like no, batted ball, sack, pressure coming. You try to run the ball, 2 yard gain, punt. You know what I'm saying? So if they want to get on the 2000 Ravens vibe this year, I would say yes, it's sustainable, but only sustainable with them cashing in with points
yeah.
at the right time because their defense is gonna bring it. They can stay healthy. That's a far going conclusion. They're gonna bring it, but the offense they gotta do something, bro. And I kind of agree with what Chris Collinsworth was saying. You need to start running Jalen a tad bit more. Cause then once you start worrying about that RPO threat, like last year, now Saquon's down the fucking field 40 yards.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And then, okay, they finna run it again. Now it's play action. Oh, now AJ Brown's open. Now Devontae Smith's open. Now you're hearing Chris Goddard's name. Hell, the backup running back is catching passes. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. They're just been too conservative with their offensive approach.
I think it's sustain. Do I think it's sustainable long term? Kind of hard to say because I mean, if you have now, granted, I know we are in the age of offense, and the NFL is pushing for higher scoring games, but it's kind of hard to if the Eagles keep the defense on the fucking field for too long. Eventually, they're gonna get tired. They're gonna get tired, and people are going. They're going to start exploiting that shit. So for right now, I say yes. But once they get to the playoffs, the Eagles they have to do something. They're gonna have you have too much talent on this offense for your offense to be ranked number fucking 28th.
Yeah, way too much talent.
Now,
Way
granted,
too much talent.
I get it. Y'all changed offensive coordinator. Yeah, y'all changed offensive coordinators, but the core of your offense is still there. Again, I don't get why I don't get how you can have you look at the year that they had last year and you come in and you fail to follow that up with the same fucking players. There has been a tremendous drop off in this Eagles offense, and I'm not hearing about Saquon as much as I should be. I don't get why they're not involving AJ Brown in the offense. I mean, he's a big, strong ass fucking wide receiver. Throw the ball up to him, let him go get it. But at some point, the offense is gonna have to move the needle because the defense can only do so much. I mean, we've seen this time and time again. You can have a dominant fucking defense, but if your offense can't score and move the ball enough, to keep them off the field, at some point the defense is gonna get tired.
Yep. Start giving up points, and then now you're in a situation where you got to score.
Yep. So we'll see. But this also brings me to my next question. The NFC is as competitive as ever. My question to you, Ryan, is who is the best team in the NFC? I mean, no, who should be the favorite in the NFC to come out of the NFC? We have the Eagles at 8-2. We have the Chicago Bears, who we owe an apology to at 7-3. We had this shit. My bad too. We have the Green Bay Packers at 6-3-1. We have we have the LA Rams at 8-2. We have the Seahawks at 7-3. We have the 49ers at 7-4. We have the Green Bay Packers at 6-3-1, and we have the Detroit Lions at 6-4. My question, go ahead, Ron.
I want to say, look out for the Rams. If their defense can be more consistent, look out for them Rams, man. Because he's not now. Devontae's starting to get the ball a lot now.
Yeah.
Finally.
Yeah.
So it's not just the Puka show. So I wouldn't sleep on those Seahawks either now.
Well, we kind of I don't know. I saw this past weekend that the Seahawks are a good team, but they're not coming out of the NFC. I can tell you that right
now. Gotta throw the 49ers up there too.
No.
But they got a lot of shit on defense, some injuries, then the quarterback who's gonna be healthy. Yeah, it's looking like LA.
Yeah. I would have to agree right now. It looks like the Rams. I mean, bro, Devontae Adams and Matt Stafford is a match made in heaven. Every time they go, like when they got the perfect setup on the offense. We're gonna go Kyron Williams and we're gonna go Puka Nacua until we get to the red zone. Once we get to the red zone, we are going to Devontae Adams. Their offense is pick your poison. They got a good they have a good young defense they are getting after the quarterback. They're ball hawking. They look good. And I also called this. I said the Rams they're gonna be a team that's not to be fucked with in the NFC. But I mean, like at the end of it's crazy, bro. That the Chicago, oh y'all, a huge apology. It looks to me like the Ben Johnson hiring is exactly what they needed because I want to say the Chicago Bears. I know for a fact their offense is top 5. The Chicago Bears offense is 4th ranked. They are 2nd overall in rushing yards. Yes, yeah, Chicago, but they're killing it right now. They're killing it right now.
What about passing? Damn it,
passing they were ranked 13th.
When I say watching them. Because, I don't have the luxury of sitting down watching everything because my work schedule. Right. So I'm watching more of the 4 o'clock games. But watching them, it does look like they running the ball pretty good and the defense is getting them off the field. And then, but Caleb didn't win the game last week. He didn't win that game.
No, he got it. I think a lot of his flaws are, I mean, unless you watch the Bears, a lot of his flaws are getting disguised simply because they are winning and putting up points. But Caleb still got some work to do.
Yes. It's mechanically, he backpedals too soon. where he should be stepping like to the left or right or up or back.
He's
Uh,
still my issue with Caleb is he's still trying to do the same shit he was doing in college. Trying to make them fancy off, you know what I'm saying, off back foot, off platform ass stroke. Bro, you cannot do that. This is the NFL. These guys watch film.
and they're too athletic. This
Like
is not this is not high school where you was the most athletic nigga on the field.
this ain't college either. Like
it's
like, now, granted, I will give Chicago credit because they've done, like I said, they've done a good job especially this offseason of making sure that he has plenty of people to throw the ball to. Rome Odunze has turned into a really good wide receiver. Luther Burton is, he's coming along, and DJ Moore, he's still shown to be a really serviceable wide receiver. And then you got the running game working, which is always a quarterback's best friend.
mm-hmm.
So I think the Bears look good. So with the Packers and the Lions, these are two confusing ass fucking teams.
Extremely inconsistent.
Now, so the Lions, they've just been unlucky because they are top 10 in pretty much everything on offense and defense. It's just they have just been in some really fucking unlucky games.
Well, they probably have to go against some really good defenses too,
and yeah, that too.
Because golfers, bro, like before that pass got tipped and then that was the interception, he was cooking the motherfuckers.
Yeah, he was.
He was cooking them. And then after that, he started batting every other pass. He could never even plant his foot to throw.
Yeah.
It was bad. It was bad. I'm like, damn, they had whoop.
Now the Packers, oh my God, the Packers are up there with the Steelers for the most confusing fucking team in the NFL. Yeah, I'm not talking about the Steelers right now. We're talking about the Packers, but you don't know what the fuck you're gonna get from this team. One minute it looks like you can't fucking stop Josh Jacobs, and Jordan Love is looking like a world beater. The next minute we are wondering why this offense can't move the ball.
Right.
I don't know, but as of right now, if the Packers do make, it's looking like another first round exit. I'm not even gonna say another first. It's just looking like a first round exit because I'm not confident. I am not confident in the Packers' ability to do anything this season.
Go Pack, go.
All right, so the last topic before we jump up into our rapid fire picks. Who is your favorite for NFL MVP? The leading candidates right now. We got Matt Stafford, 2,557 passing yards, which is fifth, 27 touchdowns, which is first, and only 2 interceptions. We have surprise. I can't even say surprise, but this may surprise you. We have Drake May, 2,836 passing yards, which is first overall, 20 touchdowns, which is third overall, to 5 interceptions. Then we have Jonathan Taylor, 1,139 rushing yards, 15 touchdowns, and 2 receiving touchdowns. So as of right now, Ryan, who do you think who is your NFL MVP?
Matt, because he's starting to remind you of Brett Favre at the end of his career, right? Where it's like, okay, he getting up there, but he's still balling.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with Matt. He deserves MVP. And then, like, I'm not trying to like shit on the Patriots or nothing, but if you look at those wins, they're against they're against teams that didn't make the playoffs last year.
That's fair.
So essentially, they're playing a losing team schedule. So I mean, I'm not to take away from the credit. I mean, the biggest like way you can tell how a player's going to develop is from that freshman to sophomore year. Well, looks like he's going to be here for a while.
So my MVP, I love. Don't get me wrong, bro. I love Matt Stafford. Love Matt, and it's good to see him balling. But when I think of MVP, I know, and lately it's been QB award. I would give it to Jonathan Taylor because he is the Colts. I mean, don't get me wrong. I not taking nothing away from Daniel Jones, but we've seen this before when the running back is going off. That that big year that he had that big year that he had with New York was because Saquon was going off, and Jonathan Taylor is the fucking Jonathan Taylor is the Colts. If you like every time you look up, he's making a big play. They are winning because of him. No, Drake May has a defense on the side and a weak schedule. Matt's now this ain't nothing taken away nothing from Matt. Matt Stafford is just he's slinging it this year. I think this is so far. I think this is the best year he's had since he's been in the NFL. This is his. I think if we talking touchdown to interception ratio, this is his best year. I mean,
Yeah,
don't know. He did have some big years of Megatron now, but I do think this. I do think this is probably one of the best years he's had since he's been
but I
in
said
the NFL.
that first year with the Rams was nice too, man.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
How is he? How is he the quarterback of the two most prolific receiving seasons ever, and he gets no credit for it?
I think back then it was a time period, and I think we were still in. I think we were still in the time period of the what is it? The time period of the running back.
Just gotta run the damn ball. I mean, but also homie was like 6'8".
Yeah,
This nigga 6'8",
he
playing
was
football.
catching the ball over three fucking defenders. All right, I my phone died, so I can't pull up the games for the rapid fire picks, man.
Hold on, nigga.
I'm gonna put you in charge of that this week.
All right, all right. All right. We gotta go with Thursday night football. AFC East matchup, Buffalo Bills, Tennessee, or Texas Titans. Who you got?
The Texas Titans.
Houston Texans. I'm sorry, I fucked that up horribly.
No, you're good.
Bills, Texans. Who you got?
Bills by whatever they want.
By whatever they want. That is tomorrow, Thursday night football. Colts Chiefs. It's a toss up, man.
Give me the Chiefs.
Man, give me the Colts, nigga. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what the fuck y'all doing. Tennessee versus Seattle.
Seattle.
Ooh, NFC North matchup. Minnesota versus Green Bay. That's a win. That's a must win for both of them.
Give me Green Bay because I don't like how JJ playing.
All right, another AFC matchup. Ravens Jets.
Ravens. Right? What the fuck more do I need to say? Ravens.
NFC matchup. Lions Giants.
Lions.
NFC AFC matchup. Oh yeah. Chicago Bears versus the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh man, that's a good one. That's a good one because Aaron always kills Chicago.
Is he
Give me
playing?
yeah, I don't know. Give me Chicago because I think Aaron might be hurt.
Mm-hmm. All right. Bengals Patriots.
Patriots because Jamar Chase suspended. Fuck him for spitting on Jalen.
You just can't you. All right. Battle. We're entering the dumpster fire portion of this. Cleveland Browns versus the Las Vegas Raiders.
I'm gonna go the Browns, and I never root for the Browns. Fuck the Browns, but I'm picking the Browns, and I hope Shedeur Sanders fucking goes. I'm predicting 225, 2 touchdowns. Let's go Shedeur.
Okay. Okay. Continuing our dumpster fire segment, we got the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Arizona Cardinals.
The Jaguars, because the Cardinals don't know. Nobody knows what they're doing right now.
And continuing one portion of our dumpster fire, the Dallas Cowboys dumpster fire versus the Philadelphia Eagles.
You know what? I'm gonna take the Cowboys. The offense is rolling. I'm gonna take the Cowboys.
Man, all them missed throws that nigga. And anyway, all right. And continuing on with our dumpster, or concluding our dumpster fire segment, we have the Atlanta Falcons and the New Orleans Saints.
The Falcons.
They both have the same problem. Who the fuck is playing quarterback? All right, ending the Sunday slot of games, we have an NFC matchup: Buccaneers versus Rams. And before you answer that, damn man, Bucks have a winning season. They playing against all the fucking teams in the NFL.
What sucks for
You
them? What sucks for them is they were rolling them. Mike Evans got hurt. Chris Godwin got hurt. Bucky Irving got hurt. Like I feel bad for Baker.
It's like, fuck, what more do you want me to do?
And he's still doing it. He's still doing every fucking thing he can to will them to win, but it's just not ain't working out.
If he had a defense, they would have beat Buffalo.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, I'll take the Rams. The Rams, that high powered offense and that that young ass defense, I think they're gonna be too much for Tampa Bay.
And concluding our Week 12 matchup on Monday night, we got the Panthers 49ers. Who you got?
Give me the Panthers. Hey, I told I did I not say? Okay.
Nigga, hold on. Before you get the same, go ahead and make your point.
The Panther, I said that I didn't say the Panthers are going to make a huge leap, but I did say the Panthers might fuck around and they 8-8, 9 and something like 7. And I did. They were going. All I know, I did say they were going to win more games than they did last season.
They are 6-5. I cannot argue the point. Okay. These motherfuckers are 6-5. Okay. But shit. I mean, that whole division is kind of like really bad. It kind of gives like AFC East vibes when Tom Brady was there. It's like, okay, we know we got this team, but like who the fuck else? You know what I'm saying?
It reminds me of the AFC West whenever fucking like when the Broncos is good. It's like, yeah, they had that one year when the Raiders when them few years when Peyton was there. They had one year when the Raiders was good. Outside of that, the AFC West was trash.
Chiefs was quietly good. You know, they had Castle and Charles, but it was first round exit. You know, it wasn't really. Yeah. It wasn't really all that, but you know.
I mean, Ryan, did you have another point you want to make, dog?
Yeah, fuck the Longhorns.
Oh, before we get, I do want to say this. I have to give your team their props because I did say this. Your Lakers are rolling, dog. They look good. It was Bron's first game back. Shit, they look good.
Then we play OKC. Couldn't even score 100 points.
It happens. It happens. It happens.
Hey yo,
Fuck
yeah,
y'all. Fuck y'all.
Since we're talking basketball now, what the fuck's going on with niggas in their hair and wearing Celtics jerseys and rubbing black substances off on people and
look here, man. I knew this whenever, and I said this. I said I'd expect nothing from Boston this year. No Tatum. They traded away Holiday, which I wish we would have kept him. And Porzingis ate up a bunch of money. I wasn't expecting Boston to do much this year.
when I saw y'all let Porzingis, when I saw y'all let Holiday go, I'm like, yeah, fuck Boston, bro. Just pay the nigga, man. Just pay the nigga, dog. Just pay him. Yeah, y'all niggas tripping.
I'm just a fan. I don't have those deals.
I just watch and pray like the rest of us, you know.
And I come here to talk about it. But as always, man, if you made it this far in the episode, please make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe. Give us some constructive criticism. Just please keep it respectful, because we will respond. But as always, man, Ryan, I love you, brother. Looking forward to a good next couple of weeks of Sooners football.
Yes, well until December, hopefully, yes.
Yes, sir. But we out, man. Boomer!
Sooner!